Does your furry friend take over your bed every night? It's time to reclaim your space while giving them the comfort they deserve with the coldest, cozy dog bed. Don't wait. Check out the link in the video description to buy now on Amazon.
Exclusive. A mother who witnessed her husband and daughter die after being struck by a train could face deportation in coming days. Anand Runwal, 40, and his wife Poonam, 39, were on a family outing with their 2-year-old twin daughters when the pram rolled onto the tracks at Carlton train station, in Sydney's south, at 12:25 p.m. on Sunday. Mr. Runwal heroically leapt down from the platform in a brave attempt to save them, but a passing train struck and killed both the father and one of the little girls. The other child escaped virtually unscathed. Mr. Runwal and his wife Poonam had only moved from India to Sydney with their twin daughters in October 2023 after he secured a job at an IT firm in North Sydney. Now Daily Mail Australia can reveal Mr. Runwal was in Australia on a skilled worker visa, with his wife and children listed on the same visa as dependents. The visa was due to expire on August 1 and Mr. Runwal was in the process of getting them renewed. Mr. Runwal looked for advice on Facebook 5 weeks ago about the process for applying for fast-tracked passports for both him and his wife as they needed them back in time to apply for the new visa. As Ms. Runwal's visa is reliant on her husband's working visa, it puts her visa rights up in the air as she grapples with the heartbreaking tragedy of her loved ones' deaths. Daily Mail Australia has contacted the Department of Home Affairs for comment. The revelation comes as witness Lauren Langiller told Daily Mail Australia how the surviving girl, who went under the train, had hardly a scratch on her when she was eventually reunited with her distraught mother. The girl was released from hospital on Monday morning. Ms. Langiller was working across the road when the tragedy unfolded. She ran to the platform after hearing the mother's screams for help. "I ran out to help the mother because I could just hear her screaming while looking down onto the tracks," Ms. Langiller said. "It all happened very quickly. I was down on the platform helping the mother try and scream out to her children and husband under the train." Ms. Langiller said a Sydney Trains worker, who was on the platform, called emergency services and explained they could only hear one child crying. When police arrived, they told Ms. Langiller to hold the mother back while officers jumped onto the tracks. Miraculously, one of the twin girls was pulled from underneath the train and escaped the accident almost unscathed. "As I sat her down, the little girl got pulled out of under the train with hardly a scratch on her. She was just crying," Ms. Langiller said. She added the mum begged paramedics to hand over her little girl so that she could hold her but was initially denied as they assessed the toddler's injuries. "She refused at first for paramedics to check her out. She just wanted to hold her daughter," Ms. Langiller said. Then she continued to yell out, "Where is my husband and other child?" Ms. Langiller said paramedics continued to assess the little girl while she was in her mother's arms as she didn't seem to be hurt and only had a slight bump on the back of her head. The surviving toddler was taken to St. George Hospital with her mom where they were assessed by doctors before being released. Ms. Langiller said one man attempted to wave down the driver to alert him to the danger, but was unsuccessful. There was one man who apparently tried to wave the train down telling it to stop, but because it wasn't meant to stop at that station it just had no chance, Ms. Langiller said. NSW Police Superintendent Paul Dunstan said the parents appeared to have taken their hands off the pram for a very short period of time when it rolled towards the tracks. Mr. Dunstan said police were investigating what caused the pram to roll and said it could have been something as simple as a gust of wind. NSW Premier Chris Minns, who lives within 100 m of the station, said the father died while performing an extraordinary, instinctual act of bravery. He gave his own life to try and save his children, he said. Mr. Minns described the incident as a terrible, terrible tragedy for the surviving family members and first responders. The Premier did not rule out introducing new measures to train platforms to prevent similar tragedies from occurring. "We'll work with NSW Trains and police inquiries and if changes need to."